So I'm waiting on you guys. I am still waiting for you to tell me what 40-hour job can take care of y'all.
Now,
going to build on is somebody who can take care of us like that is not going to have time for us.
I'm not going to say he doesn't have time. I am just going to say maybe he might work 60 hours a week. So you got to look at everything. So you got to look at the total package because a lot of people want a 40-hour a week guy, but they want a 60-hour a week lifestyle.
welcome back to Straight Chaos, No Chaser. I'm Adrian, your host. Today, my guests are Lump, who was my college roommate, a very dear friend, and my LS. And then also my guest is, I don't think he need an introduction. Vernard, some know him as, Julio, some know him as Doc. He got a lot of names. But he's here today. She's here today. What's up?
What's happening?
What's up?
I'm happy to be here.
Hey, thank you for coming, both of y'all. Thank y'all. I thank y'all so much for being the first guest in my Chaos Chill episode. So, I do the podcast Straight Chaos, No Chaser, and we talking about a bunch of chaotic things that happen in our lives. But these episodes are going to be dedicated to, more serious topics like relationships, cultural things, do's and don'ts, whatever comes to mind, whatever we want to talk about. So normally we start off the Straight Chaos No Chaser podcast with a shot, but we're gonna do it a little more civilized, and we're just gonna have some drinks. So let's make a toast. Let's toast to making it plain and being open.
Making it plain and being open. No doubt.
I like it. That's what I'm talking about, girl. Drink that thing from that bottle.
It's sparkling water, my little miniature.
Look, I have Bailey's Irish Cream. For those of you who know me, know that I love me some Bailey's on ice. It get me where I want to be. What you over there drinking, Vernard?
You said you wanted me to get loose, so I'm drinking some goose.
Ooh. You know what? I cannot drink Grey Goose. Or better yet, I don't know how to really mix it. That was the first thing I used to order in college. I used to order Grey Goose and orange juice. Who does that? Exactly. Just a horrible, horrible combination. I didn't know how to mix it up. I was like 21. Not 18, 21. Trying to drink and trying to figure it out. But yeah, so again, I just want to thank y'all for being on this episode with me. So we're going to go ahead and kick this thing off. And I just want to ask a question of, I'm going to ask you first, Lump. When things are going crazy for you, when things are in disarray, what brings you peace? Like, what is something that you can do, somebody that you can talk to that just brings you peace?
When it comes to like an activity, I love motorcycles. So I can hop on a motorcycle, do a long ride, just being in traffic, my head sets in. That can be relaxing. And even though it's a bit taboo, therapy is seriously my peace. I have a standing appointment once a month to where I talk to my therapist, different issues I may be having. And I just like having that perspective from a third person who, is neither for or against the situation, but can tell you the real deal. Like, just giving you real advice.
I feel that. I feel
Sounds
that.
good.
Yeah, I've seen you like ride a motorcycle in heels. We ain't gonna talk about that. I said, that girl here, boy. Shoot, listen, making a statement. I say, let them know, not nothing to play with.
Yes, we in these streets too.
So, what about you, Vernard? What is something that you do?
Anytime I can get to the water, anytime I can get to the jet ski, anytime I can get to my boat. I literally just water. I just want to be surrounded by water. I literally, and don't take this wrong. I have literally flew to Miami for a day just to go to the beach. Like especially on rainy days, I would fly to Miami for a day and then I'll fly back. You know, I've done that in New York a couple times too.
So is it pretty much? Is it safe to say getting away? Like just getting away?
Getting away. Yes. I mean, because honestly, I mean, the more you ascend in life, the really smaller circle you know. I mean, it's hard to talk to people about certain problems. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, certain problems I have is it's almost like people look at me like you know, it's unfathomable. So a lot of times it's just me getting away and just kind of thinking.
I get that. How I feel about it is, if you can do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? If y'all gonna hate, y'all just gonna have to hate. Cause if I could take, if I can get flued out or flew myself out for the weekend, I'm gone. So I don't care how you feel about it. If I have the means and the ability to do it, I'm out. So, you know, think what you want to think, but I feel that. For me, y'all have extravagant stuff that y'all doing when I was just gonna say watch chick flicks, rom-coms, you know what I'm saying? Like something borrowed, you know. But no, for real, something that I really, really like to do is kind of what you say, get away, be out in nature. Like I'll go take me like a hike. I'll just kind of pour into myself. I'll sit at the bar, I'll watch sports and just step away from everything and just have me and my thoughts and know that at the end of the day, if nobody else has me, I'll have me. So
and that shows, that shows growth, because a lot of times people can't see they can't be by themselves. I mean, when you can be by yourself, that is growth. That is like huge growth. You know, you don't need a clique. You don't need somebody. You don't need, you know. Yeah. I mean, that really shows growth, especially in the social media world we have, where everybody got a CCC. And I might throw some tidbits out, but if people really saw my life, they'd be like, "Oh." So it's the same thing, but that's growth.
Yeah, and you know, with social media and everything like that, you're only seeing what I want you to see. Same thing with you. You know, that's what people fail to sometimes understand. You're only seeing what a person wants you to see. So, but yeah, that's just what it is. But I can dig all of that. Therapy is really important. I started with some therapy a little while ago. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into our episode. And so our episode today on Chaos Chill is about relationships. That's how we're going to start this thing off. We're going to talk about relationships, the hows and the whys. Yes. So again, you know, be mindful of our toast, being open and making it plain. And so that's what we're going to do today. I know the three of us have been in, you know, relationships, good or bad, and lessons were learned in those relationships. So I'm going to start off with you, Vernard, and I'm going to ask the question.
Sure.
What do you think women want?
I think it's very different. Sometimes I don't think they know what they want, and it depends on the age. You know, being in college, you know, I it's kind of like women want a certain thing in college, and maybe as they start to ascend, and then I think, you know, in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, it kind of changes. But I mean, I think number one, most women want security, and it doesn't have to be financial. Every woman typically want to feel safe. I think that safety net comes, and you know, whether it's the physical safety, whether it's the financial safety, whether it's just somebody who has you. But it depends on their maturity level whether they can accept that safety. In college, everybody going to school trying to figure out that safety, and like, that's my boo right there, and I'm in college, and all we gotta do is go to class, and you can go to the cab, food prep. You know, you get in your 20s, you're like, I'm partying, but I want to have somebody that once I come from the party that I can hang out with. Who got me? Maybe you get 30s, you may be looking to get married, you're looking for the stability, safety, and that safety net of the white picket fence, and maybe in your 40s, it's like, okay, I really need stability. But, I mean, it goes in hand. And by knowing a lot of guys and knowing a lot of ladies, there's a give and take because oftentimes, in your 30s, 40s, that stability and safety net requires more for your male companion to do, for you to have that. Meaning, it's one thing when everybody's like, when dad's bringing the food back to the cave. But when you need food in the cave, ain't no mom and daddy. The man got to go out there and get the food and bring it back. Mm-hmm. So that takes time. Sometimes the food don't just jump in your hand. You got to go out and get it. True. So, to me, I think that's what most women want. At least that's what I find.
What do you think, Alana? Do you agree?
Women or men?
I'm just saying, do you agree?
Oh, yes. I definitely agree that women, especially 30s, 40s, you're looking for security, and both physically and financially. Like, you want somebody that can bring something to the table with you. If you're in your younger 30s, late 20s, you're thinking about building, and you want to be able to build with someone who matches, your finances, basically. So,
not to jump in, but you think a man could do that on 40 hours a week?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. Yes.
It depends.
You got a man who can do that in 40 hours in a week. He ain't giving you much stability. Your expectations are really low.
What if he has a great job? Like, what if it's great?
Ain't no great jobs 40 hours a week. Give me one. I'll wait. Give me a 40-hour a week job that would provide. I'll wait.
Give you a 40-hour a week job
that can find the stability that y'all looking for. I'll wait.
You could be an entrepreneur. You could be.
You an entrepreneur. You work 40 hours a week. You broke.
I mean,
I believe so. It depends on what they're doing.
What are you selling, crack? ain't nobody working 40 hours a week as an entrepreneur, and they can provide the stability that y'all want.
Well, it depends on. I'm not saying I need the red bottoms and I need this 8-bedroom house. I'm just saying stability where we can build and we feel comfortable.
Let me say this.
I'm waiting.
Let me say this. This is gonna draw the difference. There's a difference between stability and being comfortable. Stability means I can take care of my responsibilities and pretty much the bare minimum. Okay, we ain't getting flued out. Okay,
yeah,
right.
Being comfortable and being able to buy you them $200 dinners. I'm country, y'all. Don't worry about it. Dinners. I feel that 40 hours a week, because what he said was the kind of money that we want, or I guess the care that we want when it comes to financially.
Put y'all game. I'm giving y'all game.
Give it to me.
Well, let me hear. I need to hear.
Yeah, because both of us single and ready to mingle.
So what I'm saying is, I'm still back. Y'all still ain't gave me that 40-hour a week job. And I'm going to build on this, but I'm going to give you a game. So I'm waiting on you guys. I am still waiting for you to tell me what 40-hour job can take care of y'all.
Now,
going to build on is somebody who can take care of us like that is not going to have time for us.
I'm not going to say he doesn't have time. I am just going to say maybe he might work 60 hours a week. So you got to look at everything. So you got to look at the total package because a lot of people want a 40-hour a week guy, but they want a 60-hour a week lifestyle.
40 hours a week. What's that? 8 to 5, Monday through Friday?
Yeah.
What you work?
Need our weekend.
Yeah, what you work?
I work 65.
65 hours a week?
Maybe 70.
And what? I can see that because... Go ahead.
But the lifestyle I can provide is It's a pretty decent lifestyle.
I mean, it's in the
Well, he made time for your podcast, Adrian. He can make time.
because I'm important.
She's very, that's why I'm saying. And look, she rocked with me because she know I was late, not because I don't love her. I was late because I had another thing that came up because I'm an entrepreneur. I had another thing that came up. I kept her posted. I didn't leave her in the dark. I didn't say I am not being there. I kept her posted on. Look, this is what's going on. I called her 6-7 hours ago. Can we do this time? I'm like, I might need a little bit, but I kept her posted. She understands that I'm an entrepreneur. But
right. You gotta have that communication.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta understand about your man. So if your man is out trying to grind and trying to get it, how you gonna get mad?
I'm not.
Well, no, I'm just saying in general. If you talking about dating,
right?
And he like, look, I know you. I promised you dinner. I know I promised you I'll be there at 7. But this came up. It may be 8:30. I mean, make him feel like a king. Because I'm just, but those that's what I'm saying. That's why I brought up the 40-hour week. I mean, you can't ask for a 6 to 5 hour a week lifestyle and have demands of 40 hours. And that's what I see all the time. And that's the issue. I mean, people say, man, I want everything. And I don't have a problem with providing everything. But what I'm saying is, I can't do that in 40 hours. Mm-hmm. I can't do that from 8 to 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm still waiting. Y'all still need to tell me what 8 to 5 jobs can provide you. I know you guys. You guys like.
Well, I don't have one because I want to say a doctor, but I think doctors work more than that.
Yeah, and I work more than 40 hours.
And I work. Well, I used to. I used to work more than. So that's why I understood because I used to work 60 hours a week, sometimes 70 hours a week. And so I can't be working all them hours and you got your ass home like, hey, baby, how was your week?
But that, right. Look at that. I'm putting you on game because the first thing people say, he do this. Well, shit, make up your mind. Which one you want?
No, I feel it. But I think what's important also is even though you may not have the time all the time that you make time. Like what I'm saying is even though you may work 65 hours a week and you're not home or as available as I may want you to be, however, I still need you to show some type of effort.
You care.
Well, hey, how about you show? You go down to public or
listen, you preaching to the choir, okay? Because I do it.
No, I ain't talking about going. I know cooking. I'm talking about you go down to public and you say he like for me, I like crunchy munch. I'm just gonna come to his job and give him some crunchy munch and say, hey man, or whatever.
Listen. Ask about
but
me.
That's not a problem.
Listen, I be making.
Well, when you did it? When have you?
I have in a
thank you
with the crunchy munch.
Listen, let me tell you something.
That's nothing.
I have made care packages. Like you ain't telling me nothing. I know. I get it. So the thing about it is, it's not about am I willing to do it or do those little things. Yes, I know what he like. I'm gonna have it waiting for him. It's funny. I just did a podcast with my ex from college, JB, and you know what he said? I remember when you used to have my salt and vinegar skins and my pina colada soda every time I came over. I was like, dang, I even forgot about that because when I'm in a relationship, I'm present. And those are some of the little things. It's not always the big things. It's the little things too. And as for women, we want those little things as well. So,
I mean, I can only speak for me. I don't have those kind of problems. You ride with me, you good.
No, I can believe that.
So what I'm saying is same thing. But I understand. It is very hard to ride. I understand it. It ain't easy. None of this stuff is easy. I get it. And so what I'm saying is, I mean, I don't know what age group listen to this podcast, but I'm gonna assume just you guys' age, the 30s, 40s age. I'm telling you that, guys, because I look at my sense. I mean, most guys, if they want to get rich or die trying, it really starts to take off in mid-30s to 40s. And that is the cheap time you're making money. I mean, that's the cheap time you're trying to figure it out. 20s, you either can throw a baseball, football, basketball, or you get educated. I mean, that's what you're doing. You either to be at the level you either get educated or you learn how to throw a football, basketball, or baseball.
Well, let me ask this because you kind of answering some of the questions that I have for you later. So I'm gonna ask Alana this since you answered that question. Lon, what do you think men want?
And I think men are more physical beings. I think men are more physical. So I think they want someone to look a certain type of way. Not saying, all the exotic, light skin, whatever, but it can just be, just presentable, keeping their shape together, just that person they can have on their arm. So I think men are very physical. And I also think, depending on the type of man, they want someone who can kind of match their schedule. Like Vernard says, he's super busy. So you really don't want somebody that's clingy. They ain't got nothing to do. You want somebody that, got their own schedule, their own job, their own thing, out the streets handling their own business. But I would say the top 2-3 things that men want is physical, someone who can match their schedule, and I would say someone who's financially stable as well.
Bernard?
I'd agree with that for the most part. I mean, we are physical beings. I mean, that's why we get in trouble. We treat fine girls. Sometimes we ain't gonna stop. I mean, it's the dumbest stuff.
Jesus be offense.
But I'm gonna be honest. Your generation is at a disadvantage. And I'm telling you as somebody who, listen, Adrian, where I see that look, I'm telling you as somebody who's 15 years older than you. Social media. This is the craziest thing I ever seen. I mean, it is.
So the thing about it is, it used to be that you had to go to extremes to see women naked, all this kind of stuff. Now you just turn on social media and it's like boom. It's not hard. It's easier every day.
Right. So ain't no more. I didn't even. So when I looked at social media, right, IG and all this stuff, I didn't even know what the little numbers was at the top of the little heart. I didn't know what the hell a DM was. And my thought is like, so you mean to tell me somebody I don't know who lives somewhere else and they just send me something on mail and like it's that easy? Social media is definitely probably made it a little harder for women. I think, but also I think women have kind of yielded to that woman who's on social media. And by that I'm saying, I think women have made it too easy.
Yeah,
I think it's too easy.
I can believe that. I can believe. Yeah. And I can believe that and agree.
But it's because of men. That's what men want. So women, that's what they've been doing.
What one person won't do, somebody else will.
Right. Everybody like an easy pathway. And I agree. If you are in a, I mean, if that's what you want, and if all you're thinking is straight physical, that tends to be the easiest pathway. I mean, you don't have to go to public to meet a woman. You don't have to. I mean, all right, you don't even have to ask. I mean, they ask you. I think it's
well, but however, so the whole asking thing, I think is different. So some women may ask because they see you as the bag. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to get to the bag. They trying to secure that 65 hours a week. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That 24-hour flight to Miami.
Exactly.
That may be true.
But then some women may be approaching you because we're trying to get away from the olden days where you're to be courted by a man and a man is supposed to approach you. You have a lot of women who are like, and I see Lump shaking her head, but you have a lot of women.
No.
You have a lot of women who are like, I take charge. I ask people out, and me like that's not me. Like I'm not gonna ask nobody out. I may like them, huh?
I think you don't have to be.
What?
No.
I think you gotta be now. And
No.
listen. I'm not being chauvinistic. I'm not. I just think, and the reason I'm saying is, you both are quality ladies, and I think quantity sometimes will override quality because, I mean, if you get approached by all these girls and maybe they don't fit the bill, but I mean they fill the time. You out of sight, out of mind. Pretty lady like both of you guys, successful like both of you guys. If you don't, I think you get lost in the shuffle. And I get it. I totally get it. I'm not saying, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you had that option. I'm just saying you get lost in the shuffle. And again, it has nothing to do with your physical, it has nothing to do with your mental. It has nothing to do with you. It's just, if you constantly bombarded, sometimes you don't, guys, and again, you just say we are physical beings. If you bombarded by stuff that may be superficial, I mean, we don't. We kind of fall for
But then
I get it. I get it, Adrian. I get it. And I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how it is.
And so that's the issue with me and her. So it's like, I'm smart.
I cook, I clean.
Right, I cook, I clean. I think I'm easy on the eyes. I'm cool AF. You know what I'm saying?
Adrian, none of that matters if you don't put yourself in the mix.
And you know what? So the funny
but
thing,
when you raised a certain type of way,
I get it. But look, what I'm saying is, you're very pretty. You working on that. You got things. But if you don't put yourself in the mix, you get lost. And again, I'm not saying it's fair. I'm just telling you how it is. Because the person who don't have what you guys bring to the table is putting themselves in the mix. So if they put themselves in the mix by nature of, let me reach out, let me cast the line. Maybe I'll catch a fish, maybe I won't. But I'm at least fishing.
well, let me ask this. So when they put themselves out there and they don't have sustenance, then what?
Then you realize they don't have sustenance, then you move on. But by that time, somebody else is casting one. Pretty ladies like you guys have you never get to you because there's so many people casting one that you never get to the beautiful, smart, intelligent ladies like yourself who's in that way.
So are you saying that we need to start taking charge and we need to start asking dudes out and we need to get in their DM and be like, so what's up?
please say no. Please say no.
I'm not saying you got to give them DM and say what's up. I am simply saying there's probably not anything wrong with saying, pretty nice weekend. What kind of things you like? I know it sounds crazy, but that gets you in the mix.
Crazy.
It doesn't. I'm not telling you to belittle yourselves. I'm not saying. I get it.
I get what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying because you
Get
told me
it.
this once.
I get it.
You told me this once.
You never get in the mix because there's so much of the other. You never get there because it's so much. And I'm not saying it's fair. I'm just saying technology, life, social media. Somebody might not never make it to know how beautiful inside Adrian is and outside. Somebody might not make it to know how beautiful Lump is, how she's grinding, how she's trying to do her thing, because so many people are at least putting themselves in a position to win. I'm not saying it's fair. I didn't create this. I think all the time, like, man, this is the coolest thing ever.
Because
but you never make it. Because you never get you never. Yeah.
So, Lana, let me ask you this: based off of what Vernard said, you got this deer in headlight look like.
I know,
ain't
and
gonna
the
happen.
thing is, it makes me upset. Like Bernard said, it's not fair. So I get it, but I start looking at dudes like bitches. Like, what you mean you want me to approach you? What you mean I got to start the conversation first? Like, no, it's your job to hunt. It's your job to, chase after me. And it's like,
you are right.
That
You're right. As a aged gentleman, I get it, and you're right. And that is definitely what I learned as a teen. That's the way I thought. But I'm just telling you, you got to evolve with time. I am not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying everything your mother taught you is wrong. All I'm telling you is, if you want lightning to strike, you got to be there. I'm just telling you, and again, as an age gentleman, I thought this was the craziest shit up. I agree. I totally agree. But it's life.
When I see you, what do you always say? What's one of the first things you say when you see me, or you talk to me on the phone after? It's like, hey, what's going on? Da da da. What do you ask me?
What you, man? You got one? What's the date? How's the deal? What's going on?
He be like, so you getting married yet? No. Like, I'm like, man, I wish these men was as hopeful as you, because it's crickets around here.
Right.
Where my cricket?
I am around you guys. I see you. I know what you bring to the table. But I ain't trying to marry you, Adrian. So
you're like my
father. But what I'm saying is, right? I know this. But reason I say what I'm saying is, who else knows it besides me? If I just know it and I'm your mentor and I'm not trying to marry you, it don't matter whatever the hell I think.
No, but
you gotta put yourself in the position for somebody to find it.
You were telling me once was you asked me, was I dating anybody or whatever, and I tell you, I had just met this guy, like at the Blue Martini. That's the only place I go, the Blue Martini or the gym or work. And I was like, this guy, he's not really trying. He's just like, hey, what's up, And you were like, you got to put yourself out there. And I was like, what does that mean? And you're like, you're talking to me about fish and fishing. And I'm like, he's like, because there's other women out there, they probably like on him. They probably hitting him up like, let's go do this, let's go do that. So you was like, so hit him up, be like, hey, I'm out of town. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the A right now. I'll be back on Thursday. Let's hook up. Let's go do some lunch. I did that. Cool. He was like, bet. I'll see you when you get back. Mind you, I had never seen this guy. I texted him when I got back. I was like, hey, you want to do brunch on Sunday or go out to lunch? No text. 3 days later, he texted me, hey, what's up? Nigga, bye. I had done deleted the number. I ain't got time.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to say. Now, I'm not saying you got to deal with Buster. I'm not saying
he was fine too, though.
But
it was another.
I'm not saying you got to deal with bullshit. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying you got to take anything from anybody. But I am saying you got to put yourself in the mix. I'm telling you.
I don't want to be thirsty.
You're not being thirsty. You're being proactive. Adrian.
Let me open up my Facebook dating app.
Adrian and Lump, I'm just telling you. If you sit back and wait, you'll lose. And Adrian, I've been telling you stuff about careers, life, everything for a long time. I am telling you, if you sit back and wait, the way stuff is now, you can't win.
So in a nutshell, you're saying be proactive.
You gotta be. You just gotta be.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. Let me say this. So you talk about this pool of women, and social media has all these beautiful women that are just like a buffet to choose from. Thank you. So you have this pool of women to choose from, and then you have like this dope girl that you think is, pretty dope, kick it with? Cheating. Cheating. So why do men cheat? Is it because of availability?
So cheating or being that goes down to age group as well. I mean, that if you're 15, you get your heart broken, it's a little different than 30. But at 30, you should be asking the right questions. Right?
Right.
At 50, you damn sure should be asking the right questions. It kind of depends on what you want, what you kind of have, what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I personally have just found that, I need my peace. Mm-hmm. In theory, I could probably date 200 women if that was my choice. That's not my choice because I know I work 80 hours a week, and that's not something I don't need stress. Not my thing. But what I'm saying is, you have to look at and ask the right questions.
So are you saying that if you ask the right questions, you won't get cheated on?
I'm saying if you ask the right questions.
Because I ask a lot of questions.
You might ask a lot of questions, but you may be asking the wrong questions.
Well, so let me ask you this.
Men cheat because it's not anything emotional. It's just they do it, get it over with, and it's like, okay.
Hold on. The next day. Once again, it depends on what age you are. I mean,
what do you mean? Like, are you saying that it depends on what age they are based on if they cheat or not, or why they're cheating? It got to be why they're cheating, because
all of the above.
Because
at certain ages, you don't have the energy for bullshit. I mean, you don't have the energy to even be out goofing out with somebody who can make everything you work for go away.
Bingo.
Because I feel like men cheat because of availability or no. Yeah, it's there for them. Like, you have to be disciplined. So it's like, say you in a good committed relationship, everything's good, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you got Sasha who just keep coming around and then Sasha like, and Sasha know you got a girl because, be clear, these days, zero fucks given. Oh, no. Listen, they be like,
none whatsoever.
I know, I seen your little girlfriend car.
Yeah, I don't think women give a damn what you got to want.
So the thing is, a lot of times women and men, we both get cheated on, men and women, both sexes. And some people get cheated on. This is what I say. Some people get cheated on because they're not doing what their partner is asking them. You can only ask a person so many times to, let's go out on a date, or let's do this, or, let's put the energy into our relationship that made us come together in the first place. You can only ask something so many times before somebody gonna be like, all right, well, Jim gonna do it. Jim will do it. Or, you know what, I'm finna do Jim. So those people cheat because of that. Other people cheat because for no reason. You can be doing everything you're supposed to be doing, and that availability comes, and it's like, damn, I love her, but
it's right here.
It's right here, and I'm like, what she don't know won't hurt her. So my question is, what stops men from participating in the availability pool?
So I wish I had an answer to that, and I won't BS you guys. I wish I had an answer. I really do.
I like that answer. Even saying I wish I had an answer to it.
I wish I had. I don't know the answer to that, but I'm gonna put it on this, Adrian. So you called me many times over the years with the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm almost there. This guy is it. Or this guy, or you call me. Look, I hadn't had a relationship with her to talk to her about that. But I've been fortunate enough to have a relationship with a lot of men and women and talking to them about relationships. And I'm going to put it on this, Adrian. Nobody wants a man who smokes crack. Nobody wants a woman who's super promiscuous. Probably. Nobody wants a person who has this, that. But what you have to come to is and this is what I would tell any woman, and I'm just gonna be real. What's your deal breaker? And that's what it has to come to. What's your deal breaker? I mean, as an entrepreneur, I have to deal with a lot of personalities, a lot of different people, and sometimes I see stuff and I act like I don't see it. Now, I'm not asking you to do that. I am simply saying, as an employer, I know a damn good employee. Sometimes they may be 5 minutes late, and I don't like it, but I deal with it. I am not by any means saying be your grandma and deal with certain things. All I'm telling you is you just got to look at your life and just say, what's your deal breaker? I can't answer that. All I know is people are inhuman. Sometimes things happen that probably shouldn't happen.
Well, let me ask this. Alana, cheating. Are you staying or deal breakers?
Deal breaker.
It depends. Because if he in his bag and we, you know what I'm saying, he's taking care of home, I might have to give it another chance. I might.
There you go.
I might. But if Buddy is sorry, like halfway working, I ain't got to put up with this shit. Get gone.
So there you go. I mean, there you go. What's your deal breaker?
For me, you know what? Cheating used to not be a deal breaker. And I said that because I've seen so many people cheat. Like, it ain't many relationships that I know that there ain't been no cheating in it. So I was like, you know what? Cheating is not a deal breaker for me because I understand that things happen. And when you love a person, they mess up. However, the deal breaker used to be you can't consistently cheat on me. Like, you can't take my kindness for weakness and then feel like, well, she forgave me the first time, so I'm going to do it again. And then I'm going to do it again. So that was a deal breaker. But that was the Adrian a year and a half ago. Adrian. Going back. Let me say this. It's not it's a deal breaker now.
So Adrian, and that's fine. So Adrian, what if he decides he don't want to work, but he ain't going to cheat?
That ain't going to work.
Why? That's a deal breaker?
I'm not going to take care of him.
Why? He gonna stay home and cook and clean and do all this stuff. Why is that a deal breaker?
I can't even get my words out that it's such a deal breaker.
Oh, why?
You know why?
Why not?
You know why? Because we are conditioned in what we saw. So I saw my daddy get up every day and go to work. Every day. And provide. Let me tell you, my daddy got stung by 6 bees this summer. You hear me? Face swole. Couldn't even open his eyes. Guess what he did? Went to work. My mom was like, what are you doing? He's like, I got to go to work. Listen, my daddy is a protector. So that's what I expect, a protector. My daddy is a provider. So I expect a provider. You're not finna sit home and cook and clean while I'm out there working and be like, here you go, baby. Here go that buffalo chicken dip you like. I made it for you today. No. That's a deal breaker. Smoking cigarettes.
He got to get up, cook, clean, do everything. And every now and then if a fine booty come by, he's supposed to look this way.
Listen.
Just asking. I'm just asking.
Okay. So you trying to ask me is the deal breaker cheating or staying home?
What's the deal breaker? You got what's the deal breaker?
Oh, my deal breaker. Okay, my deal breakers are cheating. My deal breakers are smoking cigarettes. My deal breakers are not having a job.
Multiple baby mamas for me. Multiple baby mamas, not having a job. Cheating, of course, more than one time. I can give a pass one time.
But you know why I can't get that pass no more? Because I done been cheated on like 2-3 times, and I'm over it. You think it's gonna get better? It's not gonna get better. I'm good.
Are you looking for it? Are you looking through his phone?
Nope. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Why are you looking for a grown ass man?
I'm looking.
Why are you
looking? And I know I shouldn't.
Well,
when you go looking for it, you go find it.
No, listen.
I don't even have a code on my phone. I was like, look.
But see, this is the thing with that whole phone thing. Like, I don't want to be with somebody who I feel like I got to go through their phone and see what they doing, and vice versa. Like, I don't want no man who feel like he always got to go through my phone because he don't trust me and he insecure. And we create that. Like, people create that when, like, one thing. Oh, you know what another deal breaker is for me? Phone down.
Ooh, face down.
Get your ass out my house right now. Phone down. Phone down. Phone down. Phone on silent. Not even silent. That one don't even vibrate. Somebody can be blowing his. Listen, somebody can be blowing his phone up. You don't even know. Y'all sleeping peacefully. She like, what the hell he had on just calling? Phone on silent. Phone turned over. These are just things I've learned in the past, and I'm not one to go through no phone. I want a man to say, you know what, baby. Here go my password. You know, I ain't even got no password on this phone. If you want to go through it, go through it. You know, and I don't even want to go through it. And if I decided I wanted to,
if I got that feeling,
you going through it. Lump, you out lump. You going through the phone.
When I get the feeling, and I know something wrong, I try to like, you know what? I got the feeling, but I just need to confirm it.
Lump said that feeling. Exactly.
So what you do when you go through the phone and you don't find her?
She finds something every time.
No, well, what?
That part.
What would you do if you go through the phone and you don't find her?
Who, me or her?
Well, if I go through it, I find something. Because I'm saying I don't just go through a phone, but when I get that feeling, something wrong, Bernard. Something wrong. I know it. I know it. If I don't find nothing, he good. He done had too many people go through his phone, and so he knows how to cover his tracks.
But you,
so if I go through it, and don't.
So if a man got, well, shit. Look, basically y'all saying every man cheats. Every man got something in his phone.
No, that's not what we said.
Not every. Just when the feeling comes.
If she go through the phone and she don't find her, he a good cheater.
If I have the feeling.
So it makes me feel mine. So if she go through his phone and he don't have the, that means he's that good at cheating.
He good.
So there's no win. You can't win. So basically, look,
it's only if the feeling comes. Only if the feeling
it's that
comes.
instinct. Let me tell you, it's always that instinct. It's always the instinct.
Yes.
Like, because you know, let me tell you something. One thing that I have learned last year is do not sacrifice my peace. And then two, if like something is just not sitting right in my spirit, not like just you just being emotional, you PMSing, but
what if your spirit cheats and no? Maybe it's your spirit cheat. No,
spirit, no.
Also, your spirit don't cheat.
My spirit be on point.
It might be your spirit.
Ooh, no, my spirit be like, ding. My spirit, like, we not trying to wait for it to come to the light. We finna go find the light. Because whatever happens in darkness, for sure comes to light. Ooh.
Hold that thought, cheaters. Y'all some cheaters. Y'all spirit cheaters. Make sure I can fix my phone and charge. Hold on. My foot.
So spirit, our spirits ain't cheating. Our spirits are good.
It's so lame. My spirit be on point. My spirit be on point.
Listen, every time.
Every time.
Don't never leave me astray.
Oh, so y'all spirit can't cheat. Now the man gotta be cheating, but you don't find nothing but the spirit right.
But we just said spirit now, and then don't get it twisted. We didn't say that.
I pray for that spirit. I pray for that discernment.
Can I ask you something? What if he?
What if what?
What if he praying and saying, Lord, don't let that negative discernment get into my baby mind? He might be praying the same breath. He might be saying, Lord, please don't let the devil get in my baby. He might be.
Then it ain't gonna come.
Huh?
Then it ain't gonna come. I won't have it.
But if it comes in your spirit and he don't get caught in nothing, then he just good. He not guilty. He good. He owes it. The glove don't fit, so you must have quit.
Yeah. Pretty much.
See, You know what I'm saying? I mean,
and if I don't find one thing, I feel like when you go through people's phone, you're gonna find something. The 2 times I went through somebody's phone, I found something. That was in college, but
I mean, but I'm older, so a lot of stuff that comes on my phone is bullshit. I mean, social media. I mean, I get stuff on social. I get stuff all the time.
and I mean, don't get it twisted. Women cheat too, so you know. And men. Now, what? Oh, this is a perfect question. Why can men cheat 11 times?
I'll be honest.
And a woman can cheat 1 time and she a slut, a hoe, she, ooh, oh my, please tell me what it is. Tell me about these men, y'all men. Why?
I think we just can't handle it. I'm being honest. Maybe we are, it's a weakness that we can't handle. I mean, woman cheat, yeah. It is probably going to be a wrap.
Why?
And I think it's because of that emotional piece that a man can literally.
It's the masculinity of maybe this guy is better than me. Or this guy, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to deal with the masculinity of she saw something in this guy that she didn't see in me. Or she feels like this guy can go out and get a water buffalo and bring it to the cage and live better in this cage. And he know how to start a fire better than me in this cage. And because women typically don't cheat off physicality. I mean, I guess some do. But typically it is, women typically cheat up.
Hello, and men cheat all the way down. I mean,
down,
rock
all
bottom.
The way. In the gutter.
Ooh, y'all make me sick. You know what? Let's log off. No.
All the way in the gutter.
All the way in the gutter.
I mean, trust me. I don't know why we Tanisha who ain't down.
Who work at the Dollar General?
Who work at the Dollar General with red hair? I don't know.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Well, let me ask this. This is a good one. So when men say one thing but do another, what are you supposed to do with that? And what I mean by that is, a man says, I don't want to be in a relationship. You know, I'm not ready to be in a relationship, but he continues to, you know, want to call you, want to reach out, want to do all those things. Like, what does that mean? And what are we supposed to do with that? Lump, do you know that? Have you ever had that happen to you before where you're like, you're confused?
Yeah. And it's like they don't want something, but their actions are different. Or their actions can be saying that they don't want to be in a relationship, but then they're saying, oh, yeah, you know, I love you. I do want to be with you. So I do. I get confused.
I just don't want the commitment. What you got to say, Vernard?
Go by what a person says.
Period.
No, don't. Because there, you are putting what you think. Don't go by what you think. Go by what he said.
Mm-hmm.
If he says that, go by that. I'm not saying because obviously actions will allow a person to do things or try to achieve things that they want. But if they say it, then that's what I would do. That's just my opinion.
And yeah, no, I agree with that because that's what I said that I was gonna do because I was in a situation like that once and I was like, man, I'm so confused because I feel like, you know, they don't want this, but they're doing that. And again, just recently, I mean, I've been pouring all this energy into myself like the last 6 months and I've been having all these epiphanies and I'm like, you're tripping. So what he says, that's what you go with and fuck the rest. And you know, the other thing is it's weird because one time with one of my relationships, I even asked you and I was like, hey, you know, this, that, and the other is happening. And you was like, I think you just want to step away. Like, I think that this man is probably more focused on this, that, and the other. And I think you may want to step away. But the thing is, how do you say, you know what? He told me that this man isn't ready. So I'm just going to walk away off of what he said. You know, like that's hard to do.
Well, what, Adrian, we back to what's your deal breaker? If a man tells you he don't want a relationship, and he takes you and y'all cool as a fan. But he takes Lump out and they cool as a fan. Did he just take you and Lump out, or did he say he didn't want a relationship? What's the deal breaker? It's all, I mean, I'm just saying.
It's all about deal breakers. Alana, do you go with actions or promises?
I go with the actions because I think people will tell you whatever you want to hear sometimes, but their actions, I just think actions can't lie.
So, Lump, if an amazing guy takes you out to eat, does all these things and say, look, Lump, hey, it is what it is, it's what it is. Do you keep going out, or do you say, it is what it is, and then having a great time?
Depends on where I'm at in life. Right now, no, because I do want to settle down. I do want to have kids. I'm 35, time is ticking. And I don't want to just go with the flow. In my 20s, yes, I absolutely probably would have. But now, no. I don't want to just go with the flow.
You have every right. But just know know your deal breakers. I mean, don't waver on your deal breakers. If I can tell any woman out here, whatever your deal breakers are, stick to them.
Vernard, tell me what a man who's ready, what he looks like versus a man who either isn't ready or simply doesn't know what he wants look like. Like, what does that look like?
Particularly a man who knows what he wants doesn't look like a deer in your life. It's not. I tell you, my thought on maturity, right? And again, this is just me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with turning a woman down. Meaning, there was a time in life as a man, right? Every woman that kind of comes to you and shows interest, you show interest.
Okay.
The maturation process is, I know as a man, I say no. If that makes sense.
You say what?
No,
Oh.
Very hard. As a man, it's very hard to say no from a woman. Very, very hard. It really is. It is. But I mean, it takes a maturation to do it.
So maturity. So a man who is mature is gonna just be straight to the point. He's gonna be playing with you.
Yeah. And I'm saying to even women. I mean, even women advantages. Because you don't feel like you're missing out or anything. And that's a hard. And I'm not. It's a hard place to get to, or it takes a lot of maturation to get to that point. And that's not always been there. It's not always been to a point where she finds she is. But but when you get to a point, you can politely decline. And I don't know, and that takes maturation. That takes time. That's not something that, I don't know if it's God as you age or whatever, but the maturation of yourself when you know, and again, back to what you were saying, when you can sit on your couch and watch TV and not feel like you're missing out. But that's a maturation process.
So it's all about maturity.
It's all about maturity.
And also, again, a man who's not ready, I mean, a man
who's not ready, I don't care how fine you are. A man who's not ready, it's always going to be another girl who's just as damn fine. And you'll be like, all right, just as fine. It doesn't matter. It's not him. It's not anything. It's just like Christmas comes every 365 days. It has nothing to do with you. It doesn't. It's just as you kind of see things. I mean, you feel like, okay, I'm missing out on something. I mean, but that's a maturation thing. It's not a Hodges. I'm just smart or Hodges. It's just as time has gone on, you don't feel like you missed out on things. When that light in Eureka bulb goes up, I don't know. But I can, but because it hadn't always gone off for me.
And so, and that brings me to my next thing. Like, I'm pretty sure you like messed up in relationships or people you're talking to or whatever. But like,
I was the worst. That was the most hurtful thing I went through when I lost her.
When you lost
over something.
Who?
Your
college girlfriend. Yes.
Because of something I did.
And so sometimes you do things, and well, let me ask you this: how many times did it take you to make certain mistakes for you to be like, you know what, this don't really get me nowhere, so I need to do better?
I think it comes back to maturity. I think it comes back to drinking and driving or speeding or whatever your advice is. You do it until you get caught and you have repercussions, or you do it until you realize that this is not smart. You know? I mean, some people get DUIs over and over and they deal with repercussions. Some people say, you know what, I might kill somebody. This is not smart for me to do.
Alana, let me ask you this. Have you always done healthy things in a relationship? Like, have you always done what's supposed to be done in a relationship? Like, or do you but did you contribute to the demise of a relationship?
I would say definitely, yeah. You know, nobody's perfect in any relationship. And although I've had my share of awful relationships, I mean, sometimes you have to know that you were a part of that. And that's whether, you know, he cheated so many times that you just kept letting him do it. You have to take accountability for that. You knew it. You decided to stay. Or it could be you dating somebody, really cool, good guy, but you get too comfortable. You know, you're not doing the things that you used to do because you feel like, oh, I got them. So you're not cooking as much. You're not cleaning as much. You're not paying attention to those small details. So I think in every relationship, you have to take accountability for your part in the demise of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's something that I've been talking to my friends about, some of my other friends about, making sure that you own your part, whether you were wronged, whether, again, somebody cheated on you. Sometimes you played a part in it, sometimes you didn't, but you have to be accountable for why a person may feel the way they feel. You know, what is your part in this? That is something that we do have to take responsibility for, what we do in our contributions. And so I would like to think that I've done what's supposed to be done in a relationship. You know, I feel like being present. I feel like trying to see what a person likes and do those things for them. But at the same time, you have to listen to them. And if they say they need something and you're not giving it to them, then one, is like, do I have the ability to give them this? Or two, am I just not trying to give them what they want? And so then, of course, that leaves room for people to cheat or to not want to be in a relationship with you. So now where you are in your life, do you feel like you can be more content with yourself, or you feel like you need somebody, or you're ready for somebody? Oh, Vernard,
you know me. I'm content. My life is good. I'm very content. Looking at you guys' ages, and I was thinking as you were saying the ages, you guys have one disadvantage. And again, I hate to start, but you have a lot of advantages. But the only disadvantage in the thought process is, you know, the natural instinct for a lot of women is maternal. So you want a good father to your child, and you probably want children, as Lump said. So that is kind of a disadvantage, because you do want a good father to your child, and I totally understand that. Other than that, you guys aren't worried about if your life's gonna be off. You know your life's gonna be on. You know you'll have someone to stay. You can provide for yourself. You know how you have the one thing. You know the father of your child. That's an X factor. You want a good father of your kid. Now that kind of throws a monkey wrench in it, and I totally get that. But you know, looking at, you know, going back to the question you say, but besides that, I'm sure if with the father, without, I'm not saying, you guys would probably be excellent mothers regardless, because of, you're good people. But it's kind of an oxymoron to say you will be happy with yourself if you want children. And I don't think that's happening. I mean, even for me to say I have a beautiful son, I've made that decision. He's my dude. It's good. That, anything I do externally, I can do with myself. I can probably make myself happy doing other things. I mean, do you want a woman in your life? Of course. But I'm just saying, within reason, I can't say I want this, this, and this, including the kids, and not think there's got to be a woman. Same thing. You can't say I'm happy with myself. I want this, this, and this, but I want a child. It's an oxymoron.
Well, I think the thing is like some people can't give themselves time enough to just have a period in between relationships. Like that's important. Yeah. That's important to be able to restore, repair, reset before you going into another relationship, because you can be taking baggage. You can be taking things that are not going to be beneficial for this next person that you're trying to do something with. So when I say, because right now, like I am content with myself. Like I'm cool. I can sit here, I can watch TV, I can do whatever I need to do, and I'm good. However,
good with never have kids?
No, that's not what I said. I want kids. I want kids, but I don't have to want them today. I mean,
are you good with never having children?
No.
So at some point.
But no, I want to be in a relationship. Like I want to be in a relationship.
But what if you don't?
Then that's just what it is. I'm not going to force anything. I'm not going to force anything, and I'm not going to settle for anything. Huh?
Then we're going to have children if you don't?
If I force something and if I settle, then I'll just be calling the adoption agency, because I'm not forcing it. Huh?
Are you good with never having children?
I want to have kids.
Are you good with never having children?
If that's the Lord's will for my life, I have to be.
Okay, but are you good with never having children?
No.
Okay, so at some point, those diversions are going to have to figure something.
But why does it have to be? I either have to force something or I have to settle.
Girl, listen.
I cannot subscribe to that.
You would have everything you want in life if it was on me. If I had control.
But it's not on you. It's on these niggas. Y'all know I'm crazy.
So I'm just simply saying.
Listen, let me tell you what my problem is. Can I tell you what my problem is? I'm going to tell you what it is.
What?
I just want this relationship that is cool, dope. We have a good time. We have fun. We have our ups and downs. We work it out. He's loyal. He's committed. Y'all didn't ask me what I thought a man wanted or what a woman wanted. So I'm just going to tell y'all, we're a team. And I feel like when you have a foundation of being friends, even best friends, it just makes things a little bit easier. Not saying that they're not going to be any problems or anything like that, but the way you care about yourself is the way you care about your best friend. Like my girl best friend, my guy best friend, man, I love them. I give them a kidney. And so to have that in a mate and to know that we got each other and we're going to have some issues, but we both want to be here. We both want to nurture it. We both want to work it out. We want something healthy and genuine and true. There are going to be some things that we don't like about each other. Like if he wear white socks, it's okay. I can take that. You know what I'm saying? If he leave the toilet seat up, you know what? I can take that.
I got those little things. But can I ask you, Alana, a question?
Yes.
What faults can he have?
He can have faults.
No, don't give me that.
Okay.
What faults can he have? Because he ain't Jesus, so he ain't perfect. So what faults can he have? Give me the fault.
The fault that he could have.
What fault can he have?
He can be messy.
What? Okay, he can be messy. Give us what fault can he have?
Okay.
He cannot cook. He cannot.
What fault can he have? None? Hey,
No. You're not letting me get it out. I'm trying to get it out.
What fault?
So he can be a poor listener, because I know I can be a poor listener. I like to talk. He can be a poor listener. He can wear white socks. He can.
He cannot be over 6 feet for me. I won't. A taller guy.
He can be.
I can take a 5'7".
You at your desk. You got a pen there?
I'm sorry, don't. No.
Do you have a pen?
I got one.
Write this down. So he can be not 6 feet. He can be messy. Come on, keep going.
Alana? Listen, this lump list. This ain't my list.
Oh, okay. All right, I want both of you guys' list. Hell, I need both. You can combine it. What fault can this man have?
So
Adrian said poor listener.
He can be a poor listener.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay, keep going.
He can be a poor listener. He can be not that good at cooking.
Okay. Not good at cooking.
What else? What faults can he have? Can I just say the faults he can't have? He can't. He can't be bad with money, like a gambler. Like what he done gambled our mortgage.
Write it down. He can't gamble.
He can't be a cheater.
Can't be a cheater. Okay.
Can't have bad sex.
Number one. Oh, that's a good one. That's a great one.
Hey, write that down.
The number one thing is he can't be a liar. I can't do that. I can't do them.
Okay.
Liar, cheater.
He can't be lazy.
Bad sex. He can't be lazy. Can we put bad sex on there twice?
Put it at the top of the list.
Keep going.
He can't be dumb. I like to be stimulated intellectually. I do.
Okay,
I love a man that can teach me.
Okay. Write them. Come on, write them.
I wrote them down.
I'm saying write them. Keep going.
I'm trying to think of some of the faults he can't have, because this is sounding bad, because I feel like there's an end to this that you're going to make us look bad.
All right, go on. All right.
You know what?
We need Jesus, because he can't have no. Come on, keep going.
Right. He got to be godly.
Got to be godly.
That's
okay.
right. Mine, he got to be. I like to laugh. He got to be funny.
Gotta be funny.
I have to be like entertained. Like we have to match the energy has to be matched.
Gotta be funny. Gotta match your energy.
He gotta be able to flew me out somewhere. I'm kidding.
Right.
No, for real. Like, I just like thoughtful things. Like, I like a person to be thoughtful. It doesn't take a whole bunch of money to be thoughtful. Like, I love Winnie the Pooh. And if you see me a doggone Winnie the Pooh little keychain I found this for you, baby. I'm gonna give you some tonight.
Gotta be thoughtful. Come on, keep going.
That's all I got. That's all we got.
No, any more?
Can't have multiple baby mothers.
So he couldn't make mistakes with a woman before you.
Yeah, he could have, but when you got 3 and 4 baby mamas,
so
you don't repeat that mistake.
2 or 3.
It's 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Can I tell you something else about me? It's a bad one.
Okay.
He can't not be able to. I can't feel like he can't pick me up.
Physically?
Yes. Because the first time he picked me up, the first time he tried to pick me, listen, the first time he tried to pick me up, he be like, whoa, my ego is hurt. I'm hurt.
All right.
Yeah.
So put out, he got to be physically able to pick you up.
Now, are you going to ask us? Listen.
Listen, I'm asking y'all and you. You guys I'm saying, what's the deal breaker? I asked you that the first question. Now you telling me you're false. You're deal breaker. Okay, keep going. That's it?
Yeah, my deal breakers is liars, cheaters. Well, see, bad sex, we're not even going to be in a relationship. Boop. Period, boo. Okay.
So, you go. That's it?
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's the bulk of it. This sounds so superficial.
Ranking bad sex first. Sound like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, godly.
Okay,
godly got to be at the top.
So
he might can make it up.
He got to be godly. He can't be a liar and bad sex.
If he pray over you, that's fine.
Huh?
Yeah.
If he pray over you and know he got bad sex, that's fine. You just say godly the one.
Yeah, I have to put up with it. Yeah.
Okay, so he pray over you.
Nope. Forgive me, Jesus. I ain't gonna tell that lie. Because you know what? I ain't gonna tell that lie because the Lord knows my heart.
So the Lord knows your heart, right? And you meet the perfect guy and he got all those things and physically it's just not happening. Then he out the door.
Well, if you say he got everything I want, I guess I can teach him. I said in one of my other podcasts that I wasn't in the teaching business, but if he got everything that I want, like everything, he can pick me up and he don't go, oh. I'll teach him.
So, I don't know, Adrian.
Some things can't be fixed with bad sex, Adrian. I'm sorry.
So, godly, I mean, I'm just looking at everything, Adrian.
Yeah, because and to be honest, like a godly man or a man who is at least trying, because I'm trying to. So one time I had a guy who wanted to pray before we went to sleep. He's like, all right, let's say our prayers. I was like, ooh.
So you guys got that list of faults. So now you know where to work from. You got to know what your deal breakers are.
Oh, thank you. That's what it was. Okay, I thought it was going to make us seem superficial.
No. You know your deal breaker.
I mean, I do like tall men. Okay,
well, there you go. So there's your deal breaker.
However, I saw this.
But you got to look at it. How many men does that disqualify you from?
But that's what I'm saying. Not being tall is not like a deal breaker. Like, if we like, you know what I'm saying, maybe like the same height. Yeah, you know.
So you just have to go through and see what the deal breakers are.
Yeah, that's not a deal breaker for me, because if I enjoy being with you, they have to be attractive. There's a difference in being like handsome and cute or attractive. You know what I'm saying? You can be attracted to a lot of things.
What if we got everything on that list, but they're not attractive?
What's going to stop me from cheating? That's how I feel about attraction. I'm seriously. That's what I think. I think that you have to be attracted to your mate. Because when they piss you off and you mad and you done, what's going to stop you from cheating with Keith in the next cubicle?
So let me ask you a question. So if you're in a relationship and the guy has everything on that list except one major deal breaker, and you meet somebody who has everything on the list, do you cheat?
Do I cheat?
Nah.
Do you? Well, ain't when you say cheat. Do you take the chance to see if the grass green on the other side?
Oh,
It don't mean you cheat.
Nope.
You don't give me your phone number.
When I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship.
Loyal.
Team loyal.
I'm just asking. And honestly, I believe that. And most women probably are that way.
Because you know what? One thing that I've thought about, I do a lot of thinking. Say you find that man who got all this money, you know what I'm saying, that you want and all this stuff. The downside may be that he beat you. The downside may be you got to be okay with him cheating. Then say there's this guy who maybe doesn't make all that money that you want, but he does well for himself and he can do nice things for you, but he treats you right. So it's like, you know, which one is it?
Say you find the perfect man at General Dollar.
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. You can't. Okay, why not? He's got every damn thing checked off on your list. On your list. It's your list, not my list.
No, he don't. List. No, he don't. You know why?
Why he don't? What's not checked off? What's not checked off?
If he is working at the Dollar General, then he's probably...
What is not checked off? What? No, you don't me. You got your list. Tell me what's on that list that the Dollar General guy don't check off. Come on now.
You're right. There's nothing on that list that specifically excludes him. However,
that's where you killing yourself.
That's your 40-hour week, man.
No.
Boom.
But that's 40 hours. But I'm saying that if that's your list, it doesn't matter if it's 40 hours because you just gave me the list.
Lump, I knew this list was gonna come back and bite us in the ass. Throwing the list, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it away. Well, listen, we have been on here. We done talked so long. We're gonna have to make this a part two. Hey, let me know. So this was really, really fun to do. Like, I just can't. Now we gotta try to get out there, Lump. We gotta.
I gotta pray on that one. I got to pray on that one.
I'm giving y'all game.
We got to be the one to approach, these men. So we'll figure out it. I pray about it. I'll see what my spiritual self say about that. But before we go, can you guys give one tip quickly that you want the people to have from either this episode or just from life?
For me, I just say don't give up. Some of us have had some shitty deals. But, don't give up. I think it's out there somewhere. And like you said, Adrian, like if it ain't in God's will, you'll be able to accept that, to have the acceptance that, I'm not going to be this or I'm not going to be that. So I would say don't give up on it. Definitely follow me. Hit me up on Stitch and Bella on Instagram and Facebook if you need any type of embroidery done.
Yeah, she got that. She the plug. What's up? What about you, Vernard?
Live every day to the fullest. I mean, whether it's with you or with somebody else, but live it to the fullest. I mean, that's my thought. I mean, I really live my life to the fullest. It's always fulfilled, and I'm always self-fulfilled because, only I know it's gonna make me happy. I know it's gonna make me happy, so I make myself happy. If somebody else is in the picture and wants to be a part, let's roll. But make sure your circle eat like you.
Okay.
So remember that.
Am I in a circle? No. I don't know I know. Well, my tip is to take responsibility. In these relationships that we're in, don't always be so quick to point the finger. Sometimes, or if you're pointing the finger, make sure you point one back at you to do a self-assessment on what you may have done or how you may have contributed to the demise or the downfall or whatever the case may be. Don't just fall victim. All right, guys. Well, that is it for our first episode of Chaos Chill. Thank you guys so much for being on. This is so fun. I can't wait to do it again. And
thank you for having us.
You're welcome. And until next time, still much love, peace for this time.